Yes, I'll address one aspect of inclusion from my viewpoint, and I think you have very eloquently alluded to it when you discuss that part. But inclusion to me includes, I will know if you're speaking from the heart. Do you care about me? Are you willing to listen? Or is my conversation with you more of a monologue rather than a dialogue? If the culture is such that you have just entered the throne room, I want to make sure we understand the hierarchy here. Yes, I have responsibilities as a leader, but part of my responsibility is to take care of your concerns, to make sure I have processes in place. To me, that's a part of inclusion. I care enough about what you're thinking. I want to listen to you. That to me is just one aspect of being an effective leader and creating a culture of inclusion.
Yes. And this is why I named the company Safe Haven Dialogues, because it's about having the dialogue and being in a place where you feel you can safely have that dialogue. But it's about having the dialogue.
I'm glad you mentioned your company name, Safety and Dialogue. I do believe that a part of us having a very inclusive and workable environment, one of inclusion, I know where I belong and I know my people care about me, is a matter of caring, reaching out. I want to have a dialogue with you. I want to create a safe space. I use that term, safe, meaning I want for you to know I want to be appropriately vulnerable. I use that term in the context that I'm willing to tell you some things that I've been through. I'm not seeking your sympathy or anything of that nature, but I'm confident enough about myself and some things I have overcome. I just want you to know I too have experienced that. I want to listen to you and I want to help you overcome whatever it is you're experiencing. If you feel discriminated against, let's together work this through. Together, we will be the safe space. Together, we will, because I value you and what you have to offer this organization. That, to me, is a lot of what your book is about, Doctor.
No, that is right on point. It led me to recall about 2 years ago, a little less than 2 years ago, I was invited by a university to run a one-day workshop for their senior faculty and staff, because they were really concerned about some of these issues of inclusion. Some of the younger faculty members not feeling that they're being affected, they're being treated fairly, they're not being included in some of the decisions. We had a wonderful day, and at the end we were sort of wrapping up and trying to identify what are, again, just those 4 or 5 key things, that they would agree to work on. Okay, so that's all you need, 4 or 5 key things. And so they went back and forth, and then one of them said, well, what would you do? And I said, why do you ask that? Well, we're not sure. And I said, well, that's interesting, because every one of you started off as a young faculty member. All you have to do is to think back as to when you were a young faculty member, what were the issues you had, where you felt you were not included, etc. That's all you have to do. You did not, parachute into your positions without the experience of having been a young faculty member, starting off, etc., whether it was in this university or some other university. and they were very good humored about it. They all sort of smiled and laughed and then got the task done.
Oh, that's great. Doctor, for the listener who is intrigued and is thinking about, or at least wondering how they might be a part of your workshop, have you gotten far enough in developing that to know how our listeners might be able to join you in your workshop?
Yes, they can contact me. They can write to team@safehavendialogues-llc.com. That's team at safehavendialogues-llc.com. Just write us a letter and we'll get back to you and we can discuss what your particular situation is. We'll design a workshop together.
Would that be a one-on-one type of workshop? Would it be virtual, in person? How would that be done?
We prefer in person because of the interaction. However, we've done a virtual. In fact, the one coming up the end of October will be virtual.
That is great. Doctor, I'll tell you, on behalf of our listeners, I want to thank you for all of the research work you have done, your caring heart for organizations, culture, diversity, equity, inclusion, helping everyone feel they are a part of the team. When we have connected relationships, when we know we're a part of, when we know you're listening, when we know you care, we can work through anything. I'm a believer, Marty and I together. When there's harmony at the house and there's harmony at home, and if you go to church, if you're faith-based, there's harmony in the church, we'll be able to work through anything and everything. Not to say there won't be challenges. It does mean, my opinion, we'll be able to work through anything because we have willing people who want to look toward a greater global solution. Thank you, Dr. Frank, for helping us reframe the problem.
Well, thank you for the invitation again, and I enjoyed the conversation as I did the last time. Really do appreciate it. And I really actually appreciate you clearly have read the book, and I really do appreciate that.
I was absolutely intrigued with the book, Doctor, and extremely well done. I love researched books, and you've got calls to action, and anything that stimulates my thinking to a call to action, that's all of what I'm about, and I believe that's a lot of what our listeners are about.
Very good.
Thank you, Doctor.
Wonderful rest of the day. Thank you very much.
We appreciate having the opportunity to share our and our guests' life's experiences with you.
The Cooper culture advances organizations to achieve and sustain high retention rates, connected communication, and trust through personality insights and principled leadership. You can contact us at our website, thecooperculture.com, and you can contact us directly at ron@thecooperculture.com or Marty, M-A-R-T-Y, at thecooperculture.com. We work with you to help assess aspects of your culture to advance the environment and people to their best performance. We do that through our staff of certified personal performance coaches, leadership trainers, keynote speakers, and disc personality behavior experts. You can book a speaking engagement directly through our website by contacting us at ron@thecooperculture.com. We look forward to sharing our life experiences with you, some of which are profound, some of which are pretty funny. Some of those life experiences are ones we'll never do that again because we've been through stuff. We truly look forward to working with you, speaking with you, helping advance you in any way that we can.